Okay, are you ready, Brian?
Ready.
Go! Come on, loosen up. Give with your hands. Get your knees into the saddle. Loosen up. Come on, loosen up a little bit. Give with your hands. Brian, you're gonna have to do better than that if you want a place in the States.
Your horse is leaving you behind.
Ain't that the truth?
Just try it a couple of times without the stirrups.
I just need practice, period.
You'll be okay. States are a month away yet. Oh, brother.
Not old brother, your brother, whether you like it or not. Hey, how you doing, Hotshot? My sister's still leading you around by the nose?
Okay, cool him out.
You know, you shouldn't ride that thing around the horses.
Yeah, well, listen, I gotta go anyway. Hey, see you around. Hey, tell your mom I wish you luck.
Tonight, isn't it, the convention?
Yeah,
Nervous?
little. I'll just be glad when it's settled.
Well, what do you think your chances are?
Don't know. Could go either way.
Brian?
Yeah?
Tonight's not going to change anything, is it? Well, I mean, if your mom gets a nomination, you're still going to be able to compete at the States, aren't you?
Sure, why not?
Well, you've been pretty busy. You missed a lot of practices.
Look, I've done okay so far, haven't I?
Yeah, but if your mom gets a nomination, things are going to get a lot crazier.
Took me 2 years to qualify for the state championships. Nothing's gonna keep me from going.
Brian Adams, time to go. Let's get a move on.
Here, you better go. I'll take her in for you. Brian,
Yeah?
good luck tonight.
Thanks, Laurie.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. The polling of the delegation from Hunterdon County has now been completed, and the chair recognizes the delegate from Hunterdon County. And 15 votes for Congressman Wisniewski. The chair recognizes the delegation
Over here, Brian.
from Madison
Here we
County.
go, Mrs. Adams.
Mr. Chairman, the heart of the state's dairy industry has the honor, the privilege, and the vote to decide who this party's nominee for the United States Senate will be. And Madison County is proud to cast all of its votes for Catherine Adams.
Don't believe it!
How do you like them apples,
Hi,
Brian?
Mr. Washburn.
Gosh, can you believe it?
Well, it doesn't surprise me, Katie.
They're calling for you on the floor, Mrs. Adams.
I'll be right there. Are you ready, Brian?
I guess so.
You scared?
A little. Are you?
A little.
And so 43-year-old Catherine Adams has become her party's first female candidate for the Senate in the state system. Taking over the reins of after his death 4 years ago, Adams swung.
Morning.
Hi, darling.
Adams nominated for Senate race.
In a startling upset victory, local lawyer Catherine Adams became her party's nominee for the Senate race this fall. A fresh face on the political scene. Observers attribute her stunning win to skillful organizing and tireless campaigning. Not to mention the ever-smiling face of her adorable son.
It says that. It does not.
Well, it should. You've been terrific.
About time you were up.
Morning, Emma. What do you think?
I think you should eat your breakfast before it gets cold.
Emma, you know what I meant.
More work for me. That's what it means. All this carrying on. People running in and out of the house at all hours of the day and night. Still, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of both of you. And I know Mr. Adams, God rest his soul, would be proud of you too. All right, now I want you to hurry on and get out of here so I can do my work.
I meant what I said, Brian. I really appreciate everything you've done these past few weeks.
Here's nothing.
It's gonna get really crazy around here. You know, after the election, things will settle down, but the next few months are gonna be murder. Do you think you're up to it?
Are you kidding?
Now, it's gonna be tough, Brian. You're gonna be living the campaign. You're not gonna have any time for yourself.
I know.
They're gonna be long, long days.
Good morning, everyone.
Emma!
Good morning.
I know. More coffee.
Well, you're up early, Gus.
Well, now that the firm of Washburn and Adams has lost its better half to politics, it looks as if I'm going to have to do some work for a change.
Gus, I've only turned over a few cases to you.
If there's only one, it's more than I want right now. You made it too easy for me, Katie, doing all the work these last few years. Well, I suppose it's time I returned the favor. I've always said there comes a time when you should put other people's interests ahead of your own. I just didn't think that time would come so soon.
Oh, that must be Dick.
That foolhardy campaign manager of yours has got you off and running already.
The race isn't won yet, Augustus. Come on, Brian.
Don't tell me you're dragging him along, too.
Well, he's my proof that I understand family issues firsthand.
Catherine Adams, family man.
It could make the difference.
See you, Mr. Washburn.
Excuse me, Brian.
Good morning.
Maybe. We're starting late, you know.
That's what I like about you, Dick, your laid-back quality. Okay, what's on the docket for today?
Well, first up is Grant's Mills. You'll address the employees, mostly women. Then luncheon at Retirement Village. And then we're all off to the airport.
Airport?
Yeah, I chartered a small plane to go upstate.
Fantastic. Well, what kind of plane is it?
You'll speak at a steel mill, address a PTA meeting, and then we should fly back in here at about midnight. Here you go, Brian. Right inside, fella. Katie, very good.
Ryan! Ryan! Ryan!
Hello, Lori.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Adams. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ryan, aren't you going to practice this morning?
Lori,
Oh, look, little girl, I'm very sorry, but we really don't have time for any heart-to-hearts right now. Brian's going to be a very busy man for the next few months.
Lori, I'll call you in the morning.
Mrs. Adams, your address was just wonderful. And your wonderful son, Ryan, too.
Brian.
Excuse me, can I see you 1 minute?
Sure, Glenn.
I'm just so sorry, though.
We have a front moving in across the eastern part of the state.
Great.
We're in big trouble if we don't get out quick.
If we take off right away, there's a chance of eating it?
Well, I'm afraid we've been running a little late all day. And Mr. Platt likes us to keep on schedule.
Even if it means missing dinner.
Catherine, we have to leave now. There's a storm front moving across our route. If we take off right away, we may beat it. Otherwise, we might be stuck here all night.
Dick, I don't want to take any chances.
You're perfectly welcome to stay here, or we can drive you to a motel.
I'm afraid that's quite impossible. Mrs. Adams has far too many important appointments tomorrow. Besides, the pilot assures me that if we leave right now, there's no chance of running into that storm.
Senator, this is A3, Mike. Are you painting any holes in these cells? That bad, huh? All right, we'd like to amend our clearance for return to Amityville. I'm still looking. Good. Thank you. This is A3, Mike. Mrs. Adams, I'm afraid we're gonna have to go back. There's no way we're gonna beat this squall line.
Oh, good. And maybe we can get something to eat. Right, Ryan?
All right. Nice thick steak sound good to you, Dick?
Oh. No, I guess a nice thick steak doesn't sound so good. Oh.
Oh, boy. The phone lines must be down. I couldn't raise anybody. No taxis, no nothing.
No food.
Yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna have to spend the night in the plane.
Oh, no.
Mama, I don't think I like campaigning.
Well, nobody ever said it was easy.
Oh, hi, Laurie.
Are you ready to go?
My stuff's in back.
Right. This has got to get to the printers and right away.
What a writing class in over. I can't go.
Ryan, you're a good writer, but you're not that good. You've got to practice. You know, you've got a good shot at the state championships. Don't blow it.
Oh, I gotta take these things to printers. It's important.
Well, does your mom know you're supposed to be at practice now?
No, but she's got a lot on her mind. I gotta help her out, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Laurie. I'll get some rides in this weekend.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, everybody. Cheese. Here we go. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Hey, over here, hot shot. You know something? For a guy with an ugly face like yours, man, you sure do spend a lot of time in front of that camera.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that's all.
Thanks a lot, Brian.
Will the photographer be back in school again?
Yeah, checking to see if your socks match. You got zits.
Mark! Hey, don't worry. Me and Laurie will be here to tell him that he's just as much of a twerp as he always was.
Come on, let's go.
Bye-bye. We better get going, too. Rosie puts that bus in gear at the stroke of 4, and I don't want to walk home again.
Yeah, come on. I gotta get down to campaign headquarters.
Yeah, and I've got to get to the stables.
Hey, listen. The way we fixed that old bag last time, she's not gonna drive out on us again.
Come on, let's hurry it up. Let's hurry it up in here.
She's unbelievable.
You'd think by now she would have run out of ways of making us suffer.
Yeah, well, maybe there's a book around here that tells her how to do it.
Yeah, well, if she doesn't watch out, she's gonna find her carburetor filled with shaving cream again.
No, it's not funny. She saw us coming.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to get her again.
Hank, did you mean what you said about getting Rosie back again?
Hey, maybe. You interested? Hey, what about you, Brian? Think it's about time we gave Rosie back a little bit of her own? Or isn't that the kind of thing a candidate's son does anymore?
Lay off.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brian. But, you know, we could make it more interesting for you. We can invite the cameras along.
Brian, over here. That special order of yours came in.
Hey, look, I gotta go.
Yeah. Well, think about what I said.
It might be fun. I'll stay around.
Yeah. Around the stables, I hope. Someday.
Looks really great. Really good
You're late.
I know.
Listen, I'm afraid this just does not reflect my thinking on that issue. We're going to have to rework it. Sorry.
Kate, next month's schedule has been confirmed. We'll be hitting 45 cities in 3 weeks.
None by small plane, right? Dick, this is the week that Brian gets out of school.
Exactly. That way we'll be able to use them to the fullest.
Yeah, but that's the week of the state eventing championship. Brian's been training for that for months.
Now, this is critical. The other candidates will have already been up there campaigning heavily. There'll be other meets.
This is the first time that Brian has ever qualified for a state championship. Now, it's only once a year. Do we really need him?
Now, look, you don't have a husband. Without Brian at your side, there's no way to establish your credibility on family issues.
Is there any other way?
Not if we're interested in winning this election, there isn't.
All right, fine.
It's going to be so disappointing.
Mrs. Adams, Congressman Hamill's waiting in the hotel.
Okay, tell him I'm on the way.
Kate, I need a decision. Does Brian come as planned or not?
Yes, he does. I don't know how I'm going to tell him.
So that settles that. Charlie, may I have the latest results of the polls? Thank you. I'm sure you people are all familiar with the percentages. And when the polls are this close, we've got to push twice as hard. Oh, good morning, Brian.
Hi, darling. Emma's got your breakfast ready in the kitchen.
Brian, could you stay for a minute? We'd like to fill you in on the schedule for next month.
Dick, that can wait till later. Go ahead, love. Breakfast is ready.
Where are you going? Out. Aren't you going to eat your breakfast?
No.
No, thank you.
Kate, you've told him, haven't you?
I've been trying to wait for the right moment.
Rosie, you saw me back there. I know you did. You saw me the other day with Lori and Hank. But you just drove off.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Adams. You know, I own this bus.
So what about it?
Last year, you and your two friends did a little number on my engine. I couldn't prove anything, but I know who did it. Cost me $76 to have that carburetor overhauled. $76 out of my pocket. Oh, I made up my mind then and there that when it came to the three of you, that I was going to go strictly by the book. If you're so much as 2 seconds late, you walk.
Choose any issue we covered this year. Minimum 1,000 words. And I want them in a week. No extensions. Brian, I realize how much time your mother's campaign is taking up, so I won't expect you to have it to me then. Try to get it in whenever you can manage.
Aren't you getting special treatment? Brian, dear. I mean, we all know how busy you are, collecting all those votes for your mother. So why come to school? We'll send you your A's by mail.
Cut it out. What are you looking so down about?
You can't take my ribbon anymore.
It's not that.
Well, what is it then?
It's just the way the kids have been treating me, the teachers. That old bag Rosie did a number on me today, too.
You weren't even on the bus.
No kidding, she drove off without me.
That's it. Tonight, Rosie gets hers.
Hank, she knows about what we did the last time.
Well, how could she know? I didn't tell anybody.
Nobody said you did.
She couldn't know. She only thinks she knows. Hey, you didn't tell anybody, did you, Brian?
Of course not.
Well, we gotta do something.
Yeah, tonight.
That's not what I meant.
Hey, wait a minute, now listen. I got an idea. Brian, you meet me and Lori here tonight.
Where?
At the bus yard at midnight. Is that okay with you, Brian?
I can't.
But, Brian, Rosie's been on your case more than anyone's.
I know, but I just can't risk it.
You know, Brian, you really become some sort of a creep to
Hank.
everybody.
What's that supposed to mean?
That you're beginning to believe everything that everybody's writing about you. That you're beginning to think you're some sort of a special person all of a sudden.
That's not true.
Yeah? Isn't it, hotshot? Then prove it. Be here tonight. See ya later.
Don't let Hank get to you.
Just forget it, all right?
Right. You riding this afternoon? Well, are you riding?
No.
But I thought...
I can't, all right?
But the championship
I'm
is
not
only...
competing.
What?
I'm not going to the States.
Why?
Because the campaign.
But you said your mom promised you.
Did.
Well, what did she say?
She didn't say anything.
Brian! Brian, what is it?
Nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Brian! Brian!
Everyone to be there promptly. Let's make this a good meeting. Oh, Brian, there you are. Excuse me there. Now, there's a photographer coming from the Star at 5. We'll need you for a couple of pictures. Then there's the television interview with your mother tonight. You've got to be at the studio at 7.
How come I have to do the interview?
Because all the candidates are going to be there with their children. The kids are a big part of the show. This is probably the single most important exposure your mother's going to get. It's going to be telecast all over the state. Oh, and then there's a reception afterwards. We can all go over together. Ah, here. You might as well stuff these while you're waiting. Betty, can this get out first thing in the morning's mail, I hope?
Katie, I know you're busy, but you gotta help me out on this one. Now, how did this, Adamo girl and her horse end up in old man Finnegan's swimming pool?
Oh, it's all in the notes, Gus.
Look, I haven't got time to go through the notes. I got to go before the judge next week.
Kate? Tom Fidel is in my office,
Okay, I'll be right there.
and he doesn't like to be kept waiting.
I'm coming. Listen, Gus, you're going to have to handle this when you're safe,
Katie.
okay? I said I haven't got time, Gus, not now.
All right, Katie.
Can I talk to you?
Honey, later, right?
Mom.
Look, I'll talk to you tonight, okay?
Mighty busy woman, your mom, huh? Well, what are you gonna do?
Okay, everyone, I've got a little announcement to make. I'm sorry to say that due to some technical problems, the taping is going to be delayed about 30 minutes.
Well, that means we'll be late for the reception.
I hope that doesn't inconvenience anyone. I'd appreciate it if you'd all stay right here in the reception area. We're sending out for coffee and donuts and for milk.
You ought to work for the Red Cross.
Thanks, Jack. Now, if you just hang in, because we're going to get some more pictures later on. And Mrs. Adams, I wonder if you'd mind posing for us, standing in front of the station logo for some stills.
Of course, Mrs. Adams would be happy to pose, and so would Brian.
I'll go get the photographer.
What is it, honey?
Can we talk now?
Jack, listen.
Over here.
Look, I've got to go over there and get some shots of Mrs. Adams. Now, come on with me, and I'll frame the shot. What kind of shot? Well, I think we want something really tight.
What's the matter, Brian?
It's just that things ain't working out. School or anywhere. And, Mom, I heard you and Mr. Platt talking.
Excuse me, Mrs. Adams, I found the photographer. Would you mind stepping over here for a minute? We won't need you right now, young man. We just want to get one shot of your mom all by herself.
Hi, what's your name?
Brian Adams.
Come on in. My name's Peter.
Hi.
Pull up a chair.
Hi.
Interested in filmmaking?
Not really, but I am interested in horses.
Oh, you mean the show? It's a documentary about a teenage girl who competes at the National Horse Show. I'm just checking the print for scratches and stuff. You want to see it?
Sure.
Folks, I've got an important announcement to make. We're having some difficulty with the videotape equipment. So what we'd like to do, if no one has any objection, is delay our regular programming and go right to the broadcast live at 7:30. Now, that's only 3 minutes from now. Does anybody have any objection to doing a live broadcast? No? Good. Well, then, will everyone please follow me right away? Thank you.
Where the devil is Brian?
He was here a minute ago.
Do you have the time on you?
Yeah, it's almost 7:30.
Could you tell me when it's about 10 of 8? I gotta go to a TV interview with my mom.
With your mom? Oh, you must be Catherine Adams' son. Fantastic. You can tell your mom she's got my vote.
Nobody's seen him.
Mrs. Adams, please, we're on the air in 1 minute.
Look, you go on and I'll check the men's room.
Did you find him?
No.
Well, you've got to come now, Mr. Platt. We're on the air.
And now your winner, number 22, Carol Lee.
It's 10 of 8. You better get going.
Yeah, well, I guess I better, huh? Well, we'll see you, Mr.
Peter. Just call me Peter.
Peter.
A film? You were watching a film?
You were supposed to have been with me.
I went to go get a drink, and they changed the time.
You were told to stay in that room.
Everyone was introduced. All the candidates and their families. And you weren't there.
Mom, I didn't realize.
Didn't realize? Do you have any idea what that little adventure of yours has cost your mother's campaign?
It's none of your business.
All right, Brian, upstairs.
Mom.
I said upstairs. We'll talk about this in the morning.
Oh, Mrs. Henderson? Yeah, this is Brian. Could I speak to Hank, please? Thank you. No, Hank, you know you're still gonna make that trip to the bus yards tonight? Yeah, I'm interested. Knock it off, Hank. I'll be there.
I didn't think you'd show up here, hotshot. Have any trouble getting out of the house?
No.
Now that we're here, what are we gonna do?
Leave that up to me. Just come on. Let's go. Come on.
I don't know why we're here. I wasn't gonna come till I heard you changed your mind.
No, I shouldn't. Tell you the truth, I don't even know why I'm here.
Hey, come on, down this way, you guys. I'm over here by bus 103.
What are you doing?
I'm about to let the air out of Rosie's tires. Now look, this is how you do it. So you take this little skinny part, and you put it right here inside the valve, and you just twist it, and all of a sudden all the air comes out. It's really easy. Now listen, here, you take these two, and you finish this tire, all right? You take this one, go down there and do a whole bunch of buses. You do as many as you can. I'll see you later. I'm gonna be over here doing something.
Do you really want to do this?
No.
Brian, what's the matter?
It's nothing.
You see something back there?
Yeah, I think it is. I'll get out here. Take a look around.
place. I think we got some visitors back here.
Yeah, it looks like they came to the fence here.
I'll tell you, I'll take a look around and see if we can flush anybody out. Why don't you wait here?
All right.
Ryan, you shouldn't let the kids bother you. They don't mean anything.
Just make me mad. Hey, that was Hank.
What is he doing?
I don't know. I don't see anything.
Here, I'll go check.
Oh.
Is anybody else in there with you?
Hey, I didn't do anything.
I don't think there's anybody else in there, Travis.
Marty! I'm all right. I'm okay. We're so close.
Get a cab, will you? I want to talk to Brian.
Talk to you tomorrow.
All the stupid pranks. All the idiotic things to do. I don't suppose you want to tell me why you did it. Or was it just another one of those whims, like disappearing from the TV studio? Brian, I just don't understand.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we're going to talk about it. Because I want to know why you're acting this way.
Does it make any difference?
Of course it makes a difference.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. The campaign.
Now, what on earth does this have to do with a campaign?
What doesn't it have to do with a campaign? It's ruined everything.
Brian.
All my friends at school think I'm a creep. The whole house is taken over by Platt and all those stupid campaign people.
Look, Brian, you knew perfectly well at the beginning how difficult things were going to be. I explained to you that the campaign was all we were going to have time for.
So nothing else counts.
You knew what was involved. I've been honest with you right from the start.
Oh, you've been honest all right.
Well, I certainly have.
What about the state championships? I'm not going, am I?
Brian.
You didn't even ask me. You didn't even tell me. I had to overhear it.
I was going to tell you.
Well, don't bother, because I've had it. And all I'm going to do for this stupid campaign.
Good morning, Emma.
Morning, Mr. Washburn.
If my guess is right, I would say it's awfully quiet around here this morning.
Might as well be dead for all the talking those two were doing.
Ah, you don't look half bad for someone who spent the night at the police station.
You heard.
Think anyone's talking about anything else? Katie, why do I have a feeling that something's bothering you this morning? Well, I mean, the polls look pretty good. The law firm is surviving.
And Brian?
Oh, yes, Brian, yes.
Gus, I don't know why he's acting the way he is. I told him it was going to be difficult.
Yes, well, telling him one thing, Katie, is being able to handle it's another.
But he's managed before. I've always had a job, always been busy.
The law firm has only been just a job. This campaign's become your life.
But Gus, these next few months are going to make the difference. I've got to give that campaign everything I can.
But there's no question of that, dear. But you've got a certain responsibility toward your son. He is a boy with needs of his own. And I think one of them's having a mother who shows that his interests are important too.
You realize he's hoping I lose.
Well, darn it, so am I. Do you think I like having to work so hard? Katie, this is one case you're going to have to handle on your own.
This one needs 12 more pounds.
Only Rosie could think of a punishment like this.
You know, it could have been worse. She could have put us in jail.
I'd rather be in jail.
Hey, is your mom still mad at you?
Don't know. We haven't been talking much.
Kate, I understand you've had Brian's name taken off the guest list for this evening.
That's right.
May I ask why?
Because I seriously doubt that he wants to come.
Well, I think you should insist.
Well, I could, but I'm not going to.
Now, Kate, we need him. After what's happened, it's more important than ever that Brian appear.
Dick, I know we need him. We've asked a tremendous amount of him, and he's done a terrific job for us. But it's up to Brian now. I'm not going to force him. Understood?
Well, I only hope you know what you're doing.
I want to thank you for your gift. I'm glad you've got such faith in me. Now look, Brian, I'm not excusing what you did yesterday, but I want you to know that I understand how difficult this campaign has been for you, and I'm sorry I haven't been more considerate. Listen, I've always been there for you, and I'll be there again once this whole thing's over. And I hope, now that I need you, that you'll continue to be there for me.
Better go. Don't want to be late.
Yeah, I guess so. Now, don't stay up too late. I love you.
bother you again. I'm looking for a folder that was left on the desk for me. Have you seen this around? Well, it's got to be around here somewhere. Well, it looks as if someone has had a reprieve from the campaign. How you doing, Brian?
If you're looking for Mom, she went to another dinner.
Well, if it's not a dinner, it's a rally. If it's not a rally, it's an interview. Yeah, you haven't seen a circular around here labeled Minsky versus Fergus, have you? This blasted campaign. You know, being senior partner is supposed to mean less work, not more. Whatever gave your mother the idea that she could run for office and run a law practice at the same time? The firm's a shambles. You know why? Because she's thinking election. The things I think are important don't concern her anymore. It's getting worse every day.
Yeah, well, she's had a lot on her mind.
Yes, she must have. She certainly left me in the lurch.
But it was only until the election. She was always there before.
Well, what am I supposed to do until then? Let everything that's important to me get shoved aside?
But I thought you said sometimes you gotta put somebody else's interest first.
Well, yes, that may be true. But, Mother's asking too much.
Yeah, but she needs you.
I am tired of picking up her slack. It's time I start thinking about finding myself a new partner.
And I thought you said she was a good lawyer.
And I thought you said she was a good mother.
She is.
Huh? Huh? Tell you what. If you stick with her, I will too.
It is with great pride and great pleasure that I introduce to you our candidate, your next senator, Catherine Adams.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here with you tonight. It's funny, you know, but after all these weeks on the campaign trail, I learned one of my most valuable political lessons in a place that I least expected to, at home. Something happened last week with my son that made me realize that the demands that are placed on politicians are identical with those faced by parents. Every day, both are asked to reconcile the different needs of people. For the politician, it's the needs of her constituents. For the parent, it's those of her children, her spouse, and her own. Unfortunately, those needs are often competing, and to satisfy the demands of one sometimes means neglecting others. But every parent knows that the time that she devotes to work is time that she's unable to spend with her family, just like every politician knows, for example, that a decision to preserve a wilderness.
Everything's going fine. Let's go over here and sit down, shall we?
Who wants to see that land developed for their natural resources. Obviously, it's impossible to satisfy everyone's needs. It's impossible. But it must never become impossible for someone to be heard. And as long as we recognize no demand is ever small to someone in need, then we will preserve the promise of a political system dedicated to the building of a more just society. I thank you.
training. Not anymore, it isn't.